It's funny, it says it's sharing my screen. It doesn't talk about recording. I'm not quite sure why it does that. But anyways, so this is the Chapter 5 review. You guys have done this. This is now the 5th time you've had a chapter review. You know how it works. I will just say really quick, I just want you guys for today, and then what we'll grade tomorrow is just the vocabulary page, the very first page, and then the second one, which is set A, B, and C on page 215. Okay, so I'm just going to go over these really quick here. Let's take a look at this. So understanding vocabulary, all you guys are doing is you're picking a word from the word list for the blanks in 1 through 4. That's kind of a no-brainer. I don't think you have a problem there. And then for 5, 6, and 7, it says for each of these terms, give an example and a non-example. Put an X through the non-example. I don't really care about that, but I do want to see an example. So for number 5, you're looking for something that's a multiple of 10. So 20, 30, 40, 150, 160, 170. Okay, those are all multiples of 10. Products of 10. So, well, okay, and when I said multiple of 10, products of 10 would be the same thing that I listed there. Interesting. I wonder how, yeah, you could have some of the same answers, but, and then a quotient of 10, that would be something that could be divided by 10, I think is what they're talking about. Let's see here. For number 8, it says write a division problem with a 3-digit dividend and a divisor of 20 and a remainder of 10. Well, I did my own. I didn't use 20 and 10. I do want you guys to do that, though. So make sure whatever you use, the divisor, that's what you're dividing by, okay? That has to be 20. And then also, there has to be a remainder of 10. So make sure you do that. I just picked 22 into 488 just as a reminder to show you what the dividend is. That's what's being divided. And then also the divisor, which is what you're dividing by. And then they didn't have the word quotient in this problem here, but it was in the word bank, and I just wanted to remind you that the answer to a division problem is a quotient, and sometimes there's a remainder, and sometimes there isn't, all right? Okay, so that's the vocabulary page. Let's drop down to set A, B, and C. Take a look at that. I wanted to point out something in A. I think most of you recognize this, but maybe not everybody. Just looking at the first example here, 32 divided by 8 equals 4. Okay, most of you know that. Now, if I added a 0 to 32, as you can see I did here, and a 0 to the 8 to make it 80, the answer is still going to be 4. And that's not going to change. I could add 2 zeros, 3, 2, 0, 0, divided by, and then add 2 zeros to the 8. The answer will still be 4. I could add 6 zeros, 32 plus 6 zeros, okay, divided by an 8, and if I add 6 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, the answer will still be 4. I'm increasing each one by the power of 10 the same. Okay, 6 zeros here, 2 zeros here, 5 zeros, 100 zeros. The answer will always be 4. That won't change. Now, if I happen to just add zeros to the 32, as in this here, you can see that the answer then will change. Okay? So right here you can see I just added a 0 to each one. The answer is still 4. But in the third line here, I added 2 zeros to 32. So it's 3,200. And I still just kept 1 0 on the 80. So now there's a difference. And so you would add a 0 to your answer. And in this case, the last example, I added 2 zeros, and again, still kept this as 80, and then I would add 2 zeros to my answer, okay? I think you guys, some of you are pretty comfortable with that. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out to you in set A. So it says to, and I've said this before, in each of the sets, it's kind of nice to give you an example on the problems they want you to do. And they also give you the page numbers in your workbook. And you can reference those if you get stuck and you're not quite sure how to do them. So I expect you guys to do 1 through 6 here. It says find each quotient. Don't sharpen your pencil now, Mr. Graham. Thank you. Okay. So you're looking for an answer for a division problem. It says use mental math if you can. Great. If not, go ahead and just do it the long division way. Set B here, it says use compatible numbers. It says to estimate using compatible numbers. So number 1, for example, what do we have here? We have 168 divided by 45. Okay. You could change 168 to, I don't know, it's kind of close to 150, and then you could change the 45 to 50. So that would make it easier. So not everybody may have the same answer for these when you change the compatible numbers.
I gave you the wrong one, but now you have 2.
Oh, that worked out really well. Score. It's granola that she made at home with her husband, and I get some. Notice she didn't bring you any. Okay. All right. So let's see here. So set B, so do those. And again, some of you may come up with some answers that are a little bit different, and that's okay. And then finally, for set, oops, let me erase that again here. For set C, what do we got here? Drawing models to help you find the number of tens and ones in the quotient. Would that be the answer? So it says use a model to find the quotient. You don't have to. If the models help you, great. If they don't worry about it. It's up to you. Okay? So I expect you to do 1 through 8. I'm looking for the answers, the quotient, because that's an answer to a division problem. Questions on this, anybody? Nope, all's quiet. Okay. So I'm going to, if I touch that. Okay.